So here we have the new 2023 Cadillac XT5 Sport. And this one's an all-wheel drive model. The powertrain is going to consist of a 3.6 liter naturally aspirated V6 engine, made it with a 9-speed automatic transmission. Comes in this beautiful stellar black metallic on jet black perforated leather. Now, as we come around the front end here, check out this grille, absolutely stunning. And then we have our LED headlamps along with our LED daytime running lights. But I just love that right there. And even though they haven't updated this since about 2017, still looks great with this sport grille. And there is our 20-inch aluminum wheel. Then we have our Cadillac Brembo brake calipers there. Love that red. We get passive keyless entry on all 4 doors. And over to the driver's door panel here, we have our power door locks, memory seats, power windows, and then we have our driver and front passenger one touch up and down. And then power folding mirrors with blind spot monitors. And then the actual power mirror controls are there. I really like this kind of carbon fiber look as it goes to the aluminum brush. And I love how the aluminum brush kind of goes to the door handle there. Really nice look. And there we have our power lift gate knob there. We could turn it to make it either 3/4 off or all the way up. And then to open that, you just press that button there. And then we have a Bose sound system. And then over here we have our electronic parking brake along with our heads-up display controls. And then we have a power tilt and telescoping steering wheel. And then here's our driver power seat with power lumbar support. See if we can get a nice look at this window sticker here. It's kind of a glare, but stickers for $61,390. There are all the options there. Mostly just a technology package and some of the standard features. If you all want to go ahead and pause anywhere, take a look at that. Let's hop in the back seat here. So not bad leg room. I'm 6'3" and I have the seat in front of me adjusted for someone of my size. And my knees are in the back of the seat here, but I really like how, even though it's a kind of plastic there, it's not super hard or uncomfortable. And even where your legs should be, there's kind of a hump there so you can fit your knees there. And we have a nice pocket there. Here are rear AC vents. And then if you look closely, we have a USB-C, USB-A charging port there. And here in our middle seat, we have cup holders. And there is the roof closed, that panoramic sunroof with the sunshade. And then we can actually fold the seats down here by pulling up right there. And then these will fold flat. And then you can just pull it back up and lock it into place. Let's take a look at this cargo space. And as we get to the back here, I really like those signature LED tail lights. Now they don't flash, but the camera's picking up the light there. It's making it look like it flashes. But I really like that look. And there's our cargo space there. And then if you want to release the second row, excuse me, from back here, you can also pull that as opposed to pulling that there. And then nice to have a nice handy 12 volt here. And then a little storage room under there. Let me just take one more look at that back end. Just stunning look there. Those tail lights, I love how they kind of smoked them. Really nice look. And here we have our power front passenger seat with power lumbar support. Glad that they kept that there instead of taking away some of the functionality. And there we have our glove compartment with owner's manuals. Then underneath the center stack here, which we'll get to in a minute, you have that through storage, really nice. You even have a 12 volt hooked up there as well. Now I'm just gonna open the hood. We'll take a look at the engine bay. And there we have that 3.6 liter naturally aspirated V6. And now we're gonna go ahead and hop in the driver's seat. So I really like the overall space in here. I can still slide my knees underneath the steering wheel here. That's before I even tilt it all the way up. And then even with this sunroof, I have about an inch or two of headspace. And then the seat feels really nice. I'm able to fit in it, no problem. But let's check out this entertainment system over here. So we get AM, FM, XM radio along with Bluetooth audio. And then on top of that, we get wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto. And there's our navigation. We don't have Google Assistant in these yet. We might get them next year though. We'll see. Still have the queue here. There's our home page. Now here we have our backup camera, front camera, curbside view cameras, and then we also have a kind of bird's eye view if we're backing up to, let's say, a trailer or something. But over here we have our parking sensors we can toggle, and then our parking aid as well. If you want to get the car to park by itself just by letting off the brake and controlling throttle. And then we have our auto stop there. And we also have dual zone automatic climate controls, which you can pull up on either the screen here, so you can sync that and whatever. And then you have some quick functions down here with the 3-stage heated seats. And you get those for the driver and front passenger as well. And here's our shifter. There's a button here you push, you pull down for drive, you can tap for neutral, then you can, or I'm sorry, tap down for manual, then you can tap up for neutral, and then you can hit this button here, push all the way up for reverse, and press that P for park. And then we have shortcuts here for the radio, so I can pull up the nav, one touch, music, one touch, and then phone, one touch. And I really like you can use this knob to scroll through your functions as well. So nice system there. And then I really like they put the volume knob here instead of having it on the screen. Makes a world of difference. Cup holders, traction control button, drive modes. We have our Tour, all-wheel drive, sport, and off-road modes. And then for our center console cubby space, we have a wireless charging pad. And then we also have a removable tray here in the center console with an SD card reader for the nav and a USB-C and USB-A input. I like how they did all of that. I really like the hideaway with the phone there. Keeps it out of the way. And there's that panoramic sunroof there. You can one touch, tilt and slide. And you can do that open and close. And here we have our sunroof controls, universal home remote, and then you also have LED fog lights, or lamps there, excuse me. And And then here we have our rear camera mirror. You can toggle that on and off. Then you have your settings there for brightness and so on. There's a quick look at the back seat. Now to our steering wheel here, we have forward collision alert, gap adjust, our lane keep assist, heated steering wheel toggle. And then we can use this to toggle our track list or radio station favorites. And over here we have voice recognition, mute, cruise controls. Then over here we have our controls for the gauge cluster itself. And then volume controls here. And then we also have paddle shifters. I'll see if we can test those out, see how they do. And there we have that heads-up display. Here we have our push button start. And finally, here's our key fob with remote start. But next is time we go ahead and take this XT5 Sport out on the road for a quick test drive. Now this transmission is very interesting. It's supposed to have kind of a sport clutch feel to it. And I don't know how I feel about that because the shifts don't really make sense to me right now. And I feel that it's trying to do that, but don't know if I like it. But if you keep it in automatic, of course, that won't be an issue. I'm just testing out the paddles here. Let's try that in sport mode. Well, we'll try in all-wheel drive mode first. All right, that's quite a bit better. Maybe just need to heat up a little bit. Really nice ride. This performance suspension with the chassis damping is actually a lot better than I thought it would be. Really, really smooth. And really, as the transmission has kind of warmed up to me, it's gotten a lot better in terms of shifting manually, but I'm going to put it back into automatic mode. And then I'm going to put my drive mode into tour mode. And that's really going to be your eco mode because I believe in the sport mode it tends to want to be in all-wheel drive. But overall, this ride is really, really nice. And it's crazy that it's actually really comfortable, but still sporty in terms of the suspension. Yeah, I like that a lot, actually. But I can't feel the shifts at all, I will say that. I'm pretty impressed by that. Not clunky or jerky at all. And what makes the XT5 such a great vehicle, at least for this segment, is very luxurious, but you're still driving around something that's pretty easy to maneuver, as opposed to having a third row SUV, having a Suburban, a Traverse, something like that. But in terms of cargo space, really, really good there. And especially this Sport looks incredible in person, especially with it being blacked out, the red brake calipers. Really like how they did that. And the mesh grille that Cadillac puts on all the Sport trims, including the Escalades, they look sick. They really do. But really, really good ride quality here. It's not enclave smooth, but I don't feel like the steering is dead either. Like, this really is performance oriented in terms of how the car feels, how it drives, how it maneuvers. So really, really impressed there. And then final thoughts on it, I mean, just a really, really great vehicle. If you're wanting something that's just, you got a naturally aspirated V6, a 9-speed, like I said, that kind of dual clutch feel, I had to get used to, but it's okay, especially if you're going to be in automatic mode 99.9% of the time, as opposed to manually shifting. But very comfortable seats. I love how the hood is sloped in front of me. Just everything is top notch. But with that being said, this is going to bring me to an end of my review of the 2023 Cadillac XT5 Sport.